was a really tough, strong physical game, Paul. You suffered from that a little bit yourself, didn't you, during the game? But pleased to get the win, I'm sure.
Yeah, big win for us, the first half, I don't think we were really at it, but second half, before we were looking back to our old selves, yeah.
Boss was saying it was difficult first half to sort of play your game, really, and had to sort of adjust a little bit to make sure you got at them a bit more.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm believe, but they're a tough start to play again, quite physical, but I thought we matched on the second half and thought we were much better, yeah.
David Nugent, important goal for him, and it was a real quality goal as well, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, great cross and a great header from Nugent. That's what he's probably done all his career, and we've got to find a way to get them chances a lot more. Yeah.
And then almost returned the favour for you. It was his cross, wasn't it? And the keeper made a fingertip save onto the bar from your header.
I didn't see it when I headed it. I was just looking at the bar, yeah. But thought all the lads put up a shift in the second half, and I think we deserved 3 points in the end, yeah.
I think you're on 7 goals for the season so far, so that's a really decent return. You've played a few different roles this season. I mean, is that an important part of your game to get inside the box, and particularly with Varney being out the side at the moment?
Yeah, any team is going to miss their top scorer, so everyone else has got to be chipping in. I'm a bit disappointed to only be on 7. I've had a few good chances that I've missed, so we've just got to keep going and keep trying to find the back in there. Yeah.
Positive signs, and that's 4 clean sheets in the last 5 games, and of course it means you're always in games if that's the case, doesn't it? So it doesn't always take more than 1.
No, yeah, we're always in games, but it's the small things that count, getting on the end of the cross or getting a block, and I think we've always been solid at the back, so we can get a bit more going forward, and I think the standings would say.
How do you view the league table now? I mean, 2 games to go, 4 points short of Bolton. Obviously you've got to win both your games. I mean, is it a worry at all, or you just have to go out there and beat Forest Green next week and see what happens?
Yeah, we just got to win our 2 games and see what happens. Football's a funny game, anything can happen, and that last game of the season or next week, anything can happen. So we just got to do what we can do there.
It's been a difficult season for lots of different reasons. Change of manager, fairly early on. COVID in the background all the time, and all the disruption that's caused in terms of it. How do you feel? I mean, sort of going into the last 2 games to be in this position. I mean, is that a really big achievement, do you think, for the group of players?
Yeah, we're still fighting for promotion. Anything can happen, and we've got to stay positive as a group and go out there in the next 2 games and give it everything we've got.
Has it been possible to enjoy this season, just given the absence of fans and the way things have happened so quickly around you all season?
I don't think you ever enjoy football until you achieve something that's a promotion or you're successful. So don't enjoy it now, but you enjoy the graft and the hard work. Yeah.
And the position you're in now, I mean, you fought so hard to get here, and there's a big prize at the end of it. People sometimes say that the best way to go up is through a win at Wembley, but I know you want automatic, but having been there once this season and suffered disappointment after playing so well, it would be a fitting end to the season, wouldn't it?
It doesn't matter how you go up, as long as you go up, that's all that counts, yeah.
What's the feeling within the group at the moment, sort of thing? I mean, a few disappointments with all the draws, particularly, just recently in terms of it.
Positive, to be fair. We know we haven't been good enough the last few weeks, and to get the back-to-back wins and a clean sheet, then it makes us a bit more confident going into these last 2 games. Yeah.
And the boss is usually in different ways as well. A lot of the players have had to be adaptable, given the circumstances, haven't they? You've played as the lead striker in some ways. You've played defensive midfield. You push up and play that way. I mean, what gets the best out of you, do you think?
That's up to the manager and what he, where players we don't. The manager tells you to do something, you do that. The best of your ability, and you give 100%. Yeah.
I mean, today you've changed formation a bit in the game. I mean, that's something that the boss is very keen on doing, isn't it? To adapt during the game as well, and that must help you as a player.
Yeah, we weren't getting much during the first half, so from they seen it from the sidelines, and second half I thought we were very good.
And you've talked a few times there about promotion. I mean, that's the goal. If you don't get it, obviously you see that as you've not done your job this season.
Of course, yeah. With the position we're in, that's got to be the aim.
Yeah. And if it means it's another 5 games until you go up, that doesn't matter as long as
10 games.
Give me another 10 games.
That's what it's got to be.
Yeah. You enjoyed your season here. I mean, obviously, there's a really good bond and group between the players here.
Yeah, great. The dressing room's full of good lads and good, honest lads who work hard every day. So I enjoyed every minute of it.
And I've got to ask you about the less than 50-50 with Ollie Banks at the end there, when he laid you in a heap. How was that?
I was alright, to be fair. I was playing after a bit. Banksy, obviously Banksy was here for a few months, and it was a good battle today, yeah.
Good today.
When Tranmere moved into the automatic promotion places, they did that not necessarily in their best form of the season, and consequently didn't stay there all that long. Do you think there was any added pressure on the side at that point, where they weren't necessarily in the best of form, but moved into there, so expectations came up. And has that pressure lifted off the players a little bit when they drop back into the playoff positions?
I don't think so, no. I just think we had a few games where we went at it. I don't feel pressure. People might think that, but I just think we take scunthorpe for it. We dominated the game and just couldn't get that goal. It's fine margins, and we were coming out on it on the wrong side far too many times. But we just keep going every other game, just seeing if we can get 3 points.
Keeping a clean sheet obviously gives you a bit of an advantage in matches, and you've now been doing that for a run of games, because when your confidence is low, it's a bit difficult, isn't it? If you fall a goal behind, you're starting from a minus position to try and get back on top, aren't you?
Definitely, yeah. Being solid at the back, every team that goes up needs to have a good defence, and it's not just the back four, it's the 11 players working hard to get that clean sheet, and we can get another 2 of them, put the ball in the back of the net, then see what happens.
The second half was in stark contrast to how the first half was, where there was very few chances at all in the game. The second half was a bit more like the Tranmere of old, the Tranmere we were enjoying sort of in the middle part of the season, with a lot more expansive play and good crosses from those areas. Do you think you might have just sort of hit across the right formula now, or was it just the game?
We got a bit of a rocket up our backside at half time, and we went out there and we pressed them. We was on the front foot, and we tried to get at them, and I think the second half we were by far the better team.
What's Keith like in that terms? If things aren't going his way, does he get the hairdryer out regularly, or is he someone who's more analytical and just plugs it in when he needs to?
No, I can't. Very experienced. I don't know how long he's been a manager for, 15, 20 years. He's probably seen it all and done it, so my gaffer's quite calm. Yeah.